amazing things on this trip, but I was, during the week we're moving rubble and we're doing all this hard task, pulling out nails and moving 50 yards to the left and then to the right again, and things that are very menial tasks and just hard work, but such a tangible way to serve. And anyways, we were serving all week. We have one last day on this island, beautiful island, and we really got to see God, who He was in His beauty and majesty. And we were sitting there doing our quiet times, and Bella and Laura were sitting out there on this dock, and all of a sudden this giant stingray jumps out of the water. I didn't even know that they could do that. They jumped out of the water and then it came back down. And I got this beautiful image of how God is moving in this youth group. And our time down there was so beautiful and so majestic, and God showed Himself so powerfully, but we had to come back into the water. We had to go back into the world, into Laguna Beach. And I think sometimes we underestimate, or at least we say, oh, God can't move in Laguna Beach High School. Like, God's not that big. But this trip showed me that God is doing huge things, and He's going to do big things. And man, it was so cool to see these kids fly and just soar and get so much closer to the Lord. And so they're going to share.
This is a really big faith-building trip for me, to see that God can work in my heart in areas that I didn't think He could, and can work in the students' hearts. It was wonderful to be with the kids. We got to spend a few days with them, and they just embraced us. And it's like there was no barrier. I didn't know them, and they just were hugging on us and loving us, and it really taught me a lot about loving boldly, without fear. And I think that's what Christ has called us to. So it was really exciting.
What I learned on this trip was perspective on life, and how money doesn't do anything besides buy you material things that are going to be lost in the future. You go down there and they have nothing, and they're the happiest kids ever, but you come here and then we have everything you ever need, but we're struggling, and we're just begging for help, I guess. And another thing is humbling myself, and I learned a lot about humbling and what it means to humble and how to do that.
Yeah, humility was such a huge theme on this trip. I mean, the work we were doing was very humbling. And I was telling my sister, who's been living off and on in Rwanda, the kind of work we were doing, and she was blown away because, that the average people in Rwanda wouldn't even touch the jobs we were doing. And so she really kind of encouraged me. She's like, those people, those laborers, those workers that were watching you guys do those jobs were just so blessed. And yeah, so you guys rocked.
The highlight of my trip was just getting to know everybody there and really growing closer to God. And it was just what Ethan said, it was really amazing to see how happy they were, even though they really didn't have anything. And here we have everything we need, and still there's a lot of people here who are not happy at all. So it was just really cool to see them and play with them and really get to know them. Yeah.
Really learned to be thankful for what I have. Compared to everybody in Belize, we have everything. So, I don't know, I realized how much I need God still, even though it seems like I have everything. He gives me, the joy and the goodness of life, and that material and money can't give you. So, yeah.
See just the rock solid faith that these kids have, that they've learned to depend on God for everything, and pushing us to start that mission trip here and to push our faith. I think that all of us went, with the mindset that we were going to bring them the word, and I think that they just actually helped all of us grow in our own faith and to love fearlessly and without limits here. It was awesome.
Thanks, guys, for sharing. And Now, Isaac had spent the entire night putting together this video so that you guys